Okay, so I'm not sure if you guys are aware. They want to throw out, was it 100,000 votes in Texas? I think it's a county in Houston or near Houston, I believe. We've been talking for a long time about the demographic shift. I've talked about how Trump has really threw things for a loop. He may have sped it up, which is to say that America's turning browner, the country's becoming more urban, which means that people like this cowboy bullshit. It just doesn't work. This cowboy bullshit, dishwashers are bad, computers are bad. Like this, it play for the rednecks, but for more of the country, that just doesn't work. You know what I mean? Like dinosaurs don't want to have cell phones and all that, whatever. That doesn't work for much of the country. So, I'm gonna tell you something. We've been talking about Texas turning blue or turning purple. What does that mean? Texas is one of those bastions of conservatism. You think about conservatism, you think about Texas. And if they're not able, if they're having trouble winning Texas, that represents a shift, and it represents maybe a lot of people don't like what Trump is doing and where he's moved the Republican Party. Yo. I want to do maybe a more in-depth video on this one day, but I think, first of all, Republicans, that's their power. Voter suppression is the power of Republicans. Because who does absentee voting? Who does all this stuff? People of color. People who, people who don't really vote. People of color. Who are the folks who don't vote every election and all that? Young people of color. Who is that? Only leftists. Your older folks vote. Your older folks go in to vote. Your older folks do certain things. You can be sure of that. I think that when you just throw out 100,000 votes of people who did what they were told to do, I think that's buying time for Republicans. And that's the point I keep making about Trump. Trump may win, but I think Trump is pissed off a lot of people, and he's scared a lot of people. A lot of folks are scared, and every day they get more scared. Look at his rhetoric. Look at the violence. Look at the people trying to run Biden off the road. This bus. I mean, like, come on, man. I think that these kind of things scare people, man. I think they scare a lot of people. And rightfully so. If you take 100,000 votes, you throw them in the trash, lawful votes of probably largely Hispanic areas who are largely Democratic. We've always had conspiracy theories like that they want to throw out our votes and stuff. Trump is like the big bad boogeyman. Like, you teach your kids stuff, and you teach your kids like not to believe in superstition and stuff. You teach your kids to be, righteous. And it's like Trump, he is like this unusual psychopath. He doesn't even care. Republican Party doesn't even really care about like being seen as the party that suppresses votes. That the party of dirty tricks. Like, they don't even care now. That's the vibe that I get. And I think that if they throw these votes, that happens. You're gonna speed up the demographic shift. Maybe that's what they want. Maybe they want a civil war. I don't know. But I just think about the person that had to take 3 buses to get over there to vote, and they had to get up 2 hours earlier before they go to work to go vote, and stood out in line for an hour in the rain, and it's 30 degrees outside. They might be caught a little cold from doing it. They in line to go in there and vote. And then they find out, oh, we're gonna throw all the votes in. Like I think when Republicans do, like, you piss a lot of people off. And I know they don't care. I get it. White people, you don't care. It's your system. You think whatever you do is just. I get it, man. I'm not trying to wake you up or nothing. I get it. Don't listen to me. But I think it's kind of like law enforcement. When I was in criminal justice, when I was in school, I was taught, you treat everybody like it's helping you to complete a case, helping you to further your job. Whether it's taking a report, whatever. Because the people that you're dealing with serve on the juries. They vote on your budgets. They vote on, you know what I mean? You're dealing with the population. And I think Republicans, I know it's the grand old white man's party. I get it. But like this here is like some old crazy shit. This is like a person like saying, hey, it's hot outside, I'm gonna run out no clothes on. Like, wait a minute. That don't make sense. Yeah, it's hot, but you're taking a step that goes way too far. And I'm not, well, the party of Trump, man. What that means is they're not looking at any kind of long-term results of their actions. Sometimes, privately, secretly, I think like climate change and everything is like worse than we really know. And like that's why when Trump is like downplaying climate change, it's kind of because it's too late. And he like that's my conspiracy theory. That's what I believe. It sounds crazy. That's what I believe in. That maybe like things are really worse. That basically like 2020 is the smoke 'em if you got 'em moment. And so it's like, hey, shithole countries. Like I really, because I look at the Republican Party and I'm like, how do you do this? How do you fix your face to do this and not expect to get your ass kicked down the road? Like I don't get it. I'm not an economist. I'm not a political scientist. I'm none of that. But I'm a working man. I've had to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning, drive across town, to go to work. I've done that. And so I know what it's like to struggle. And for a person that's, like I said, I get up early in the morning and take an extra bus, a crowded bus, and then stand in line in the rain and it's cold outside, and they caught a cold doing it. And like that person is not going to just take that in stride. Like, they're gonna whoop your ass. Like, it's like the Republican Party is creating a new wave of opposition, and they don't even care. Like when you look at people who like lead the protests, and like these are people who have been done dirty along the way. They didn't just get up one morning and say, "Yeah, fuck the police." No, that's not how that happened. There was a chain of events that took place to get them there. And I was a libertarian. I was a conservative at one time. I don't understand. This is a new book. We on a different book here. We ain't on the book I was on in 2010. So it makes me believe that, hey man, climate change is worse than we know. Something is coming. And Republicans don't care. They don't care about long-term anything. They don't care about alliances. They don't care about any of that. They just make as much money as possible. I don't know. Thank you for listening.